want to me about Ghana chrono. I to why you agree. Want to me and bro Ghana so. What's your sense be National Service Authority? What more Ghana chrono via Ghana? Oh my catch me say JB say me any day. With all due respect, Kasane ya do so because oh ma'am you the update say me from Koto be any day like me any day. Those updates must come with actions. Now Ghana had say look, hey, chairman. Ghana and your papa Japan in the first place, take note. Number 2, you are being guided by the law in which I would remember that expose say we invoice be a yes can money brosu saying nothing for hey please your family and family master for question pass it. Yes, so much of church and we have given you that mandate through His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to act accordingly to the law of the Republic of Ghana. Finish. Circle for the poor and as a drip machine or 50% or $2 million US. Please bring the president before a commission. Let him answer questions as to why he did that.
And pay JB Ababidin Koma, Nenia Brepa. In fact, I can't imagine any actual Ura Dominic Aini, or Chim say, Ura Dominic Aini, in fact, Wakasabibri. The only thing you have to do now is to prosecute Omofi Somiakron for said that Okan. He said, what boy you round to me, so you round to me 7 predecessor. What 5 days in class or finance, why you may be in class woody, and our book be in class or body. Also prosecuting more than so back Casabibri because Casano. 18 embrem the Ghana for a penny into 2 MP before free abemu near them this for BBC so say per actions and the benefits action speaks louder than words and intino and who has over jamba can be now be update and near me cost me no won't to me our bonding won't win in Ghana ha free I will be in kind of way in the other I won't to me and shame nafi ungranted further investigations wing ayen someone JB at the ababo and Tiwaki Kapa Ediachura Dominic Aini. Aha, Angr gossip. Me patch subscribe to the channel. No but one day I see video I'm for 20 minutes. But now I chere. So to comment section. Me jibla ma ken kaini na dia ma. Ye mo wuram ni ntie video no mreba. Ye be jibla ne de ho enkomo.
The Auditor General has conducted a forensic audit into the NSA, the National Service scandal, and the total amount of money stolen or illegally spent now stands at 2.2 billion. And not the 548 million that was uncovered by my investigators as at June 2025. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I have here a copy of the Auditor General's report. Again, painstaking investigation is very important in criminal matters. And so, based upon what the Auditor General has done, and this is a forensic audit. Okay, forensic audit means that they've gone beyond what ordinary, auditing would have done. And so we are going to base upon this. And also, Ine is an incompetent attorney general. I was never an incompetent lawyer in private practice. Reports are still coming into my office. Now, those who are pushing me to go to court and who are saying that by now convictions should have been obtained, I know you are Ghanaians, you have legitimate expectations of your government officials, including the president and the attorney general. But we need to do a good job. Accountability costs resources. Accountability, takes time. And so it is important that Ghanaians are patient so that we have the kind of results that I'm announcing today. Not that I will rush to court. Defense lawyers will come and raise objections, throw my case out, and then the same Ghanaians who wanted me to go to court expeditiously will now turn around and say that Ayine is an incompetent attorney general. I was never an incompetent lawyer in private practice. I don't want to be an incompetent lawyer in public service. So I want us to take our time to do the kind of work that I'm announcing today. And I want to also let you know that I'm under no pressure from any quarters to cut any deals. Mr. President, who is my boss, has never put pressure on me. On the contrary, when I brief him, he gives me his blessing. He doesn't even express an opinion one way or the other. He says, Dominic, I've heard you. All right? the chief of staff has never put pressure on me to cut a deal with anybody. The secretary to the president, Dr. Kalisus Mahama, has never put pressure on me. On the contrary, he encourages me. He says the work is stressful, but I should keep on. The legal counsel to the president, my former boss, has never put pressure on me to cut any deal. Offers have been made, and I have turned all of them down. I have told everybody, please go to the court. If you want a pleas deal, I'm filing cases. In the Wontumi case, offers were made to us for a plea deal. I said, no, I'm filing charges. If you want, announce your intention for a plea deal to the judge. That is now my strategy. The MPP took advantage of my saying that I'm open to to having plea deals to say, okay, that I was busy cutting deals. No deal has been cut, and no deal will be cut except under the auspices of the court of competent jurisdiction. When we examine the invoices of payments, it was $178 million that was paid. So right away there was a difference of $2 million. So we asked that $2 million be paid back by GA Plant Pool. We also realized that 190 pieces of equipment were added and cleared without payment of tax. In other words, they were added to the list as if they were tax exempt. I asked the investigators to go back, look at the HS code, and for those of you, HS code is a harmonized code that the customs officers use to determine the classification and taxes applicable to goods. When they did the analysis following the HS code, it came out that 38.7 million Ghana cedis of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that $1 million, JFH Plant Pool has been asked, we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment. GRA may come out with a different figure because they are the tax experts. So our investigators' figure may be confirmed or even adjusted upwards depending on what the GRA says. Now when it comes to the issue of over invoicing, we noticed that they were over invoiced by between, that is the equipment, the drip equipment were over invoiced by between 100 to 300%. All right, so I give you an example. One piece of equipment which costs $40,000, the government paid $84,000 for that equipment. That is over 110%. And so we are now diligently looking through all the equipment, and you can imagine that the equipment for all the districts, there were hundreds of pieces of equipment. So we are going through each one of them because we are looking at a criminal investigation, and in criminal law, charges must be specific. If you miss the element of specificity, your case will be thrown out.
We appreciate, personally, I appreciate Ejuma Oye as Attorney General. But with the greatest of respect to you and the office you are holding as Attorney General for the Republic of Ghana, I must say, Kasano eya doso dodo. Chief, with all due respect, Kasano eya doso because Baku, mienu, miensa. Come on. What is this? What's the one to me about Ghana chrono? What's the why day? What's the one to me about Ghana chrono? What's say Ghana Japadi? What's say Ghana Niama? Why ye? What's say Niama Bebre? On to me Angr Ghana so. What's your sense be National Service Authority? What more Ghana chrono via Ghana? Oh, my catcher me say JB 7 day. Yay. Oh, my catcher 7 day. Oh, ma'am, you had the update, sir. Me from Koto. Day. Like me. You see, those updates must come with actions. If you care to know, those updates must come with actions. Natie, sir, over the cancer match, let me say, sir, to me, at the bonnie say, why you say, what she never yet like Kwabaku Kumu, I charge no general court, and until over the mommy update, I agree with you 100%. But what say Aquana man bill? And I never know you no gusu ye. And on to me, could drop by him say, or no baby bakeni, or no baby diano. One catch him so, but Basso didn't baby diano na man penny. No be catch Ghana for say, who to me by when him say, or no baby diano na one penny. No be catch him say, me any day. And you see, some of these things, you will get some party faithfuls, be no more to talk about cancer bunu. All the names say they are aligned to a political party. Look, no matter what it is, so Dominic Ayeni, Attorney General, or no, and what from Umra, say you would to me, say your says be, say your wine, but this side Nanka men and me Attorney General, Nanka Buffer Stock CEO, now come to become Wasam and Chilagana for say, or Nimwashi, and Wasuman and Kof for say, and the lawyers of forces should investigate the matter. Now, where you was about Ghana Chrono to that a large extent, not quite than the fee. No, to me, I could walk on Facebook, no, I could type and say, I didn't know a cost crowd or Nimwashi. Jesus Christ. And the person is walking freely. Hey, so Ghana this right yet. Ghana this right yet.
We enkoma in fact JB ababidi na etie yewra Dominic Ayini de no video no ansa na ababiti can say can say JB de na buza adaba kwa say no so say JB is not in fact onye lawyer fashion team sir and yewra Dominic Ayini said Okano or say obia man the pressure or say the boss cry His Excellency the President of Ghana Ura John Dramani Mahama no or say or no man the boss Secretary to the President Ura Kalistus Mahama or also man can say pressure obia man the pressure there and then JB untimintina on your FM and on your TV and man the pressure fatu team na simple if you say Ghana for na to aban sorry to aban na NDC aban so mra mebo man no you free say the NPP and mbo man no and Ochim say NDC abano or ya de or no so no tam or lawyer. Na odi ni jumadi can say private lawyer crown 7 Pedersen. No you're competent. It won't be abakacho so you're incompetent. Bra or ya by juma. And it's more be for pressure me see so and it's right. Sabi ura Dominic Ayini ni majuma o ya na so ni de oye oni de and ura John Dramani Mahama ayi na so so me say juma no. Etunti metro ne TV no no FM de bia se no mo kan mo ba hye ni pasa me ba hye no mo be ma no pressure no abeya de bia enye na afia chi no nko no ya sa akoka so ye incompetent se de o kan pepepe obi afan pressure to ba bi na papa ne nya na dwuma na asomdwe mla na bibia ntimnya kama we madwen chef adwen chef betum comment section maje bedem no ma ken kan ni na idea ma ha NJ Gos me ba subscribe to the channel se na so first time no abomoden umi ring button no so ka ho a se ba de bia me drop video pe na onsa atumi account de me do be sia makrawo